In recent years, mobile phones being used to record incidents involving police is something that has become more and more commonplace. But what is the law around it, and what are your rights? And can police seize your phone in any circumstance? It turns out police do have the power to seize your phone if you did film something that could potentially be used as evidence. However, this should be a last resort and should only happen if officers have reason to believe you would delete or tamper with the footage. In the first instance, offering to send them the video should be enough to mean you do not have to hand over your phone for a day or two. Here is what the police had to say about an incident after which there were reports of officers attempting to seize the phones of people who had filmed a dramatic car chase. PC Martin Farnell, of Avon and Somerset Constabulary, said, "No phones were seized as the people who came forward and spoke to us had no footage of the pursuit or its conclusion. People were asked if they had photos or video to help with the investigation. The public were great and helpful at the scene. If a phone had been seized, the person would have been served with the appropriate form, which and the seizure would have been under Section 19 of the Police and Criminal Evidence Act. This would have been explained to the person, the reason for the seizure and the powers under which it was being seized. It wasn't necessary to seize any phones. If people are compliant and have photos or footage that can be of assistance to us, we would normally ask them to email the clips or photos and get them to retain the footage. Seizure is always a last option. As you know, in today's environment, everyone is very keen to get a picture of video, and in investigation and evidential terms this can be worth its weight in gold. A picture speaks 1,000 words. Liberty, a human rights organization, said something similar. However, they added, if your phone is seized and you believe it's unnecessary, make a police complaint afterwards, or contact an advice service such as Liberty. They said key things you needed to know about the legislation included: the constable may require any information which is stored in any electronic form, and is accessible from the premises, to be produced in a form in which it can be taken away and in which it is visible and legible, or from which it can readily be produced in a visible and legible form, if he has reasonable grounds for believing a. that I. it is evidence in relation to an offence which he is investigating or any other offence, or b. that it is necessary to do so in order to prevent it being concealed, lost, tampered with or destroyed." In 2010, the then Chief Constable of British Transport Police published the following on behalf of the Association of Chief Police Officers, ACPO, now the National Police Chiefs Council, NPCC. There have been a number of recent instances highlighted in the press where officers have detained photographers and deleted images from their cameras. I seek your support in reminding your officers and staff that they should not prevent anyone from taking photographs in public. This applies equally to members of the media and public seeking to record images, who do not need a permit to photograph or film in public places. ACPO guidance is as follows. There are no powers prohibiting the taking of photographs, film or digital images in a public place. Therefore, members of the public and press should not be prevented from doing so. We need to cooperate with the media and amateur photographers. They play a vital role as their images help us identify criminals. We must acknowledge that citizen journalism is a feature of modern life, and police officers are now photographed and filmed more than ever. Unnecessarily restricting photography, whether for the casual tourist or professional, is unacceptable, and it undermines public confidence in the police service. Once an image has been recorded, the police have no power to delete or